Now, everyone has a stockbook. If you haven't got a stockbook, get one. Stockbook is all those stamps, seconds, extras, things that you need a book that you can give stamps away. And what I mean give stamps away is you swap stamps. I mean, that's the favourite pastime, is being able to go, you've got that, I got this, how about 2 for 1 or 1 for 2, or hey, let's do a clean swap, or work something out. But all collectors are really good. If there's something I've got that you want out of my stockbook, just let me know. I don't mind. Yeah, and I thought I'd just share everyone. I've started putting them out into this new book. I just filmed it, share it with you. I'm still not sure if I want to go back to my old stockbook or set it all out like I'm doing right now. But yeah, I'll think about it and we'll see what we do. But anyway, have a look. Cheers. All right, we're going to go through my spares book. If anyone sees something of interest that they really want to swap for another nice stamp, let me know. No problems at all. But here we go. These are our basic 3 halfpenny Canberra stamp. Quite nice, these. I think I've pulled all the good ones with the nice cancellations out. And we'll go through that book shortly. But what you need to sort of look out for this is the variety. So normally there's an extended flagpole there. It's worth quite a bit more. Oh, 11th of May, 27. These are quite nice. Oh my gosh, that looks nice. I've missed that one. It's quite nice. Oh, there's a few here, quite nice too. Beautiful stamps. So this is my book I use to swap with people. 3D blue kookaburra from the exhibition. Quite nice. A lot of different colour variations with that. Basically it's the blue that you're looking at. So the blue in there changes colour. Lighter and darker. That's a nice looking stamp. That I think must be mint. Not a very good mint one, but it is mint. It looks quite nice. It's a nice looking stamp. That at the top there is quite nice. It's got really nice centering, which is really good. Oh, rightio, when we look at the swan, what we're trying to do is a double neck, and then up here there's extra lines. That's quite a nice sock on the nose. I'll have to steal that out of my book and put it into my sock to the nose cancellations. Look at these. Quite nice. It's not that great, a bit messy, but it still looks better than a couple of them. Quite nice. Alright, go next one. I'll have to go through them with a fine tooth comb and see if I can see any double necks. I probably would have been through all these quite extensively. They're quite nice. That looks, oh no, it's cancelled order, Quite nice. Oh, I like that. See the bit of the plane there? Looks really nice. It's quite good. Oh, OS. You can probably see it better on that side. Oh, there's a little bit of toning there. That's why it's in here. It's hidden from everything, so it doesn't spread. Don't want the cancer to spread. That's our Stewart. Quite nice. Please excuse me, I'm drinking a nice cup of coffee as well. I enjoy my black coffee. I used to have milk with my coffee, and everyone used to keep stealing my milk at work, and I'd always be running off and buying it. Felt like I was buying everything. Everyone milk. I didn't mind, but I hated it when I got there and I wanted a coffee and there was no milk left. So I learned to drink it black. And then people had the audacity to come and complain that there was no milk in the fridge. And I said, well, I'm not buying it. And I said, it doesn't work provided. It's always been here. I went, now I know who's been taking it. Right there.
That's been destroyed. There's a thin there, and then there's that there is a salvage. So when the salvage has been taken off, it's taken off a bit more paper, so you can see a thin. It also has got a few cancer spots up the top there and down the bottom. So it's really written off that stamp. Can you see the thin? Can you see the blue through it? That's a shame. Nice stamp. There's a cancel to order too. Hard to get those used. Rightio. We've got Kingsford Smith. Quite a very nice stamp. As you'd notice, there's no 1929 airmails here. That's in my other book. Very nice socked on the nose. It is an airmail cancellation, which is nice, but I do prefer the towns. I can't make out that one. Clare, probably Clare in South Australia. I think it's like the Wine Valley. I remember taking a few years off work and travelling through the middle of Australia and picking grapes, because I used to love red wine. Adelaide, number 4. Anyone knows all these post office locations, all the numbers, let me know. There you go, it's the blue Kingsford Smith 3D blue. Quite pretty stamp. I really like the blue. I think it's because the blue uniform, Air Force uniform. It's a bit different. I don't know what that red is. Probably a bit of postmark or something. Melbourne. I don't think it's got a number. Is that a 10? I'm not sure what number that is. It's June 1931 though. Oh, yeah, I love blue, but purple, my goodness. Just beautiful. Straighten that one up. They look like cancelled to order, but no gum on them, so they're not real cancelled to order. So real cancelled to order should be gum on the back, because they should have been cancelled in the post office. You would have bought them mint and cancelled them in the post office. So it should have full gum. No full gum, not a real cancelled to order. These are beautiful. Normally it's like a little drop bag, like a little mark there, and they call it a drop bag, like the plane's dropped a bag, and then there's an extra island on these as well. I think it could be on the blue one. We'll have to have a look. In my ACSC. Quite nice stamps. I don't know if no one's ever seen this stamp before. Just get that centered. Appreciate that. How gorgeous. Honestly, look at the detail and the work in that. Just a beautiful stamp. I'm just trying to trying to shoot these stamps a little bit slower. I find that rewatching my videos, I'm rushing through them, and not all of us can look at stamps that quickly. But we can also pause. So as I go through, a lot of the auction lots I like to go through a bit quickly. I don't want to spend 5 hours going through them. Just as long as everyone knows they can pause. That's nice. Look at that. Why isn't that? What's wrong with it? Oh yeah, it's got a hinge on the back. Just nice looking. I like that. It's got the Sydney. It's not over the middle, but it's still a very nice looking stamp. Now, there's another version of these, as you would have seen when I went through my thing, and I think that's one of them there. See that? That's the normal green, and that's the yellow green. That's the other version. Usually it's a little bit lighter and green, like different, but you can tell that's a completely different stamp. So that there's worth more, that stamp. Should put that probably in the middle here. I'll put this one over here, fill that hole, and I'll put this one over here so I can notice. And thanks for all your comments, everyone. It's greatly appreciated, you leaving comments and interacting. It's just fantastic to see that people appreciate stamps. Oh, that's nice. Look at that cancel. It's great that you're watching the videos. Sometimes people don't get it. Like you talk to people and they're like, how can you just look at the same stamps? But in the same you just go on someone else's collection and looking at the exact same stamps that you've already got, and you're like, well, I don't have their stamps. Their stamps are different cancels, different presentation methods. And I love looking through auction lots because you never know what you're going to find. Ever. And I love it when you guys look through those auction lots and go, hey, Jeff, you didn't spot that one. That's a good bargain. I got quite a few comments to the last auction lot with all the Chinese stuff, and those auction lots sold for quite a bit. So I think $170, $150. I was quite surprised, but I don't know, a bit worried that some of it might have been plagiarised because I'd seen people set those up exactly the same. Look at that. There's that one there. I might turn that around because you can sort of just see it. TYS LP or LPD or something, limited. Must be some other country. If someone knows what company that is that's using that. I think why they used to do that, big companies like BHP and things like that, was they buy all these stamps in and people would knock off the stamps and use them themselves. But if they did that, people would never do that. Well, I suppose they still did it. It's just trying to deter them a little bit. Quite nice. Rightio. This is a different version. So you can see it's a bit more washed out, that stamp. It's a different variety of the stamp. Coffee. Nothing beats it, does it? How many cups does everyone do a day? I'm a 2 cup a day. That's nice. It would be nice a bit clearer. Yeah, I've got to have 2 coffees in the morning to get going. Black. That is nice. It'd be nice if it's a little bit darker. So a little bit dark, too dark, a little bit, I like that darkness. It's a little bit smudgy, and that's a little bit light. But we're getting there. Nice. Nice Richmond. I worked there at that RAF base at Richmond there for on and off for many years. I love that square cancel. I see that a fair few. And I've got one of these with the date upside down. So someone put it back in incorrectly. Nice big dark cancel. Blue bridge. Again, as I said, like the colour blue. Probably right why I picked Air Force with the blue uniform. Don't I like planes. Rightio, so what you got to look for these kookaburras is there's a break up the top here in the ST. So you look for that break. I've gone through and pulled them. You can see down here, there's a gap here. I've already pulled them out. There's some really nice cancel there. I have to find that. I've got another book here floating around with all the cancels. Look at that glebe. That's nice. What's that? 5th of August, 1937. Beautiful. Yeah, I started setting all my stamps out of my other stock book and into here, just so I could do swaps a lot easier with people, but I think I bit off more than I can chew. Because I think the pages here that I put them in are worth more than the stamps, which is funny, isn't it? Oh, love this one. It's the cheaper version. Perforations. So you got 10.5 mil scar. I think 11.5. Is it? Yeah, 11.5. Which is no 11.5 spares. Oh, that's nice. Is that Ramwick? Yeah, Ramwick. Normally, I've mentioned this before, I find a town, Barwon Heads, Victoria. So I don't know where that is, so I look it up on maps, Google Maps, and go, oh, rightio. And if ever I drive through there, I can always just think back and go, oh wow, I've got a stamp from there. Blue versions, beautiful. I really like my camera stand now on my desk. Everyone's appreciating it more because I'm not wobbling all over the place. That is nice. Just Mount Knight somewhere. Mount Nicholas in Tasmania. Where is that? That is amazing. I'm going to put that in my real stamp book. That's just truly amazing. I love that. That is a pure socked on the nose. That's going to go in my main catalogue. That is just divine. I've never seen a Mount Nicholas in my life. That is perfect. Perfect stamp. Not for everybody. For me. Oh, look at Melbourne, 13. Oh, look, anyone knows what all these numbers are here? If they're all the post office in Melbourne, love to know. My email address is in my comments. More than happy to send me an email with any information you got. It's a shame here that that's ripped at the bottom. These are beautiful. I love this. One of my first, and I mentioned this before, one of my first major stamps I ever received was one of these. Bought it in a news agency in one of those 7 Seas packs that you used to get, big packs of different stamps. And that was sitting on the top, you know, to lure you in to buy it. And I tell you what, I did buy it. You know, these are missing because I have got no 11.5 perforations. But we have some sheep. These are the white hills, so the hills are a little bit whiter. And then you've got the dark hill variation of this. No prices on these, but all the prices are in my other album. I finished pricing up my ruse and put out a video the other day. These are dark hills. As you can see, the hills are darker, more shading. Quite nice. Nothing really stands out too much like that. Probably the pick of the page. Oh, blue. What I say about blue, I like that. That's quite crisp and colourful. Look at those. Quite nice. The circles there, some, look at that. That's imbecile. Probably not pronouncing that right. Capital Brothers? Not sure what that one is either. Innisfail. Castlemaine. So that's just beautiful. I don't know, like, do I do it, you know, my other book, I've got hundreds of these cancels. I was just wondering, you know, for my 3D airmails, do I put it in date sequence or do I put it in town sequence or state sequence? It's got me going. I haven't got a catalogue to follow, it's all up to me. I love the idea of trying to do dates, like one for every date. I like that. I also like putting all the towns together as well. Really got to get into these. There's a lot of variety of these stamps, the Herms, but it's a thin paper one. There's no spares of those. The red Anzacs, not much. They're a nice looking stamp. I prefer the black version of this, as I suppose everyone else does. Just whip through these. Look at that, got 2 blacks, and as you can see that's why they're in the spare catalogue. Damage here, and something's probably wrong with this one. Yeah, bit of toning on the back. Very nice stamp. I will zoom in to let you appreciate that, because look at the artwork that's gone into that Anzac commemoration. Look at that. Just sit on that for a sec. Absolutely gorgeous. Good colour too. Really nice. Rightio, it's important. Now, if you want to have a headache or a bit of fun, an adventure, I like using the word adventure because everything should be an adventure because it leads to fun, is these. There are so many varieties of these. if you look at the ACSC, oh my gosh. Now I haven't even started down that route yet, but I've got some bags of these I've got to go through. Look at that in the blue, far nicer. Very nice. There's no violet ones. I think I've just given that one away recently. There we go. These are quite nice as well. There's some little bits and pieces with these to look up. I know there's a variety down here somewhere, a little curl or something. Can't remember exactly what it is. Look at that, beautiful. That's the thing with the varieties, you've got to go over them and over them. That's quite nice. Must be a bit of toning or something, I don't know. It's quite nice though. Blue versions, very nice. I think everything should be put in blue. Very good, it's quite nice. There we go, 2D red. I don't think there's much to look at here. No. Here we go. A few blue. I think most people got these. Oh, look at that. There's a mint set. So I must have another. I must have quite a few. I have got mint sets already. I don't know why I've put them in here. A is extra. And I just don't know. Looks like mint unhinged too. Good set. Good set. Oh, look at this. Dual pair. That should be in my album. Yep. I need to go through and see why that's not in there. It's beautiful. Again, another good one is long tail and palette. There's little varieties through these, and I've got quite a few of them, as I would have shown you in my specialist catalogue. Video I've already shot and put up. And no doubt I would have checked all these by now. There we go, the blue, it's quite nice. And the purple, nicer still. And then I've got the little kangaroos. Now all these are different perforations in different years. So 1938, a 13.5 by 14, so 13.5 and then 14 across the top. And then they came out back in 1941 with 14.75 down there and then 14. And like everyone, you know, everyone knows me, I'm going to bite, get each. Oh my God, they didn't even stop. Then they said no watermark whatsoever. And then did the same as the last, 14.75 by 14. So we collected all those. And again, all these have got varieties if you're going to spend the next 10 years looking for them, which I will one day. I'll get bored enough. We've been through this. I've gone through my specialty catalogue. Yes, they're all messy. Yeah, just leave them like they are. I just got to sort them all out into white wattles and stuff. Well, and again, all messy. You just got to check what they are. Like, I mean, even those two would be different. So I know they're both different, so you got to work out die 1, die 2. And I've been through it. There's a video out there me explaining it. More again. I'm not going to run through each ones of these. Just lots of them. Love this. No watermark. Lyrebird. These are the small lyrebirds. And again, I'm going to sort out all the perforations. And then koalas, quite nice. So there's no watermark koalas, that's watermark. 1938, 13.5, 14.75. And that's on the previous page. I'll have to bring those in. Sheep, merinos. Again, with watermark, no watermark, different perforations. Just lots of them. Oh, there we go. There's a few varieties with these as well. I'm going to have to start looking into. That's the beauty about Australian, you know, if you only want to go to a certain date, you get the ACSC and then you get different versions of each stamp, which is great because then you can go to stamp shows and you can look through, you know, the stamp catalogues they have there from all the dealers, and a lot of them don't look for little flecks or whatever. So you take a pair of magnifying glass with you and a pair of tweezers and you just try and find everything and go, oh, I'll take that for $15, but because it's got a variety, it's worth $100. And sometimes I don't look for that. That's it, mate. Guys, girls, everybody, that's it. Have a wonderful day. I'll find something else to shoot soon.